Hi, BrenTech here, where tech is made simple. So last week, as I posted, Microsoft rolled out the latest optional bug fix C release update for Windows 11 24H2, which was KB5058499, and I'll leave the video for that linked down below and in the end screen because it does contain a lot of information regarding the update. Now, with most updates that Microsoft rolls out with the optional updates with new features, as you may well know, a lot of the features roll out gradually. And this update included 25 new features in total. And a lot of the new features I didn't receive when I posted that video. I could show you some, but not others because I hadn't received them yet. But just a quick video to show you 6 new features, kind of like a hands-on, just to make you aware that if you hadn't seen some of these new features, that the features for 5058499 are starting to become more widely available now and are rolling out to more regions. So just to highlight 6 for the purpose of this video that I have noticed I have received today in my region. Now, the first is that you can now open Copilot on Windows with Win and C. So now using the Win and C shortcut, I can now launch Copilot. And if we head into our settings, personalization, and text input, you'll see now that customize Copilot key on keyboard. Over and above the Win and C shortcut, we now can open search, or you can choose custom. And if you've got an app, as an example, like Microsoft 365 Copilot or ChatGPT, I haven't. That's why I've only got Copilot as a selection. You can change, you can actually select and change Copilot to ChatGPT or Microsoft 365 as an example. You don't have to just launch Copilot, which I actually think is a nice move in the right direction. And I'm just going to change that to search. So when I use Win and C, there we go. So I can change that to open search instead of Copilot. And then I can head back, pop that back to Copilot and Win and C, and that launches Copilot. So I like that. I like it when Microsoft gives us options. And I actually think that now that it's functional, is actually quite a handy feature that is rolled out with that update. So that's the first of 6. Then the next one is the new cross-device resume, with Microsoft saying you can resume working on OneDrive files from your phone, that's iOS and Android, on your Windows 11 PC with a single click. With this feature, you'll get a notification asking if you want to pick up where you left off editing a OneDrive file, like a Word document, that you viewed or edited on your phone within the last 5 minutes before unlocking your PC. So for this one, just to show you where you can make sure the feature is toggled on, if you head to apps, you'll see under startup, there's a new resume, continue work across devices. Now both of these are on by default, and you can see control which apps can use resume. So if there is another app available, it'll be listed under here. Now I don't have Word or OneDrive on my phone, so I can't actually show you how this works, but just bringing this to your attention that if you do, it is now starting to become more widely available and you can go fiddle around and check that out. And then just a small little change, if we head to our system and display, as mentioned, I did point these out when I posted that previous video, but even this I hadn't received yet. So you'll see now that there's a cleaner label for Use HDR. This used to say Use HDR, where Microsoft said now it better explains which media types are supported. So as an example, you can see it says now HDR games, apps, and more, where previously it just said Use HDR. So that's just a small little user interface tweak and adjustment. And then the next new feature I have noticed today that's rolling out to more users is the frequently asked questions. So for this one, if we head back to our system page, and this time we head to About, you will see now we have frequently asked questions, which is more or less the same as what we get over on Windows 10. So just to give you an example, am I running the latest version of Windows OS? What is the latest Windows version? It gives you the answer. Is my GPU sufficient for high-end gaming and video experience? You get the answer. I have an old PC, would upgrade into a more powerful PC significantly enhance my experience and productivity. Microsoft gives you that answer. And then the last one, how does having 4 to 8 gigabytes of RAM impact my PC's performance? And there we go, the given answer. So as mentioned previously, I think that's going to be more for your average Joe and won't be really of any benefit to your tech-savvy person or tech-savvy Windows users. And I must be honest, it looks a little bit better how the actual user interface looks compared to how it looks over on Windows 10. On Windows 10, it looks a little bit cramped and like Microsoft hurried up rolling out the feature to Windows 10, but for Windows 11 it did roll out a little bit later, and I think this looks a little bit better than it does over on Windows 10. So FAQs are becoming more widely available. And there are 2 more to go for the purpose of this video. I've also noticed that voice access now is under accessibility in quick settings. So if we head to our quick settings in the system tray, under accessibility, first of all, you'll notice that they've categorized the features. So you've got vision, hearing, and motor and mobility, and I think that's a nice touch. And then here we've got voice access, which you can toggle on directly under motor and mobility, which I actually think is a very nice move in the right direction. So that's available now from the accessibility in quick settings. And then the last one for this video, if we just head quickly into File Explorer, if you right click on an image or a file and we go to share, it says share with, and you can now add apps that support sharing directly to the right click menu for local files in File Explorer or on the desktop. So that would be, as an example, in my case, Snipping Tool, Phone Link, Paint, Outlook, Copilot, and then you've got more options. So I think that's also a nice touch if you are using the Windows Share feature. So guys, that's just 6 out of the 25. I had received a couple when I posted the video previously. Most have actually rolled out for Copilot Plus PCs, which seems to be Microsoft's focus. But those are just 6 features I have noticed for so-called standard normal PCs that have become available since I posted last week, and just wanted to give you a heads up in case you're unaware. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.